he learned. And now, to say it forward, Mr. Archie de la Cruz.
Siguro dala na rin marahil ng pagtanda, kaya na-equate ko yung salitang pagiging fruitful or productive by engaging myself to a lot of commitments and activities. Ewan ko ba, parang siguro ang society natin ngayon ay parang binibigyan ng definition o kahulugan yung salitang pagiging makabuluhan kapag tayo ay maraming ginagawa sa buhay ng ibang tao, sa commitment sa ganitong organization. No wonder, sometimes meron tayong tendency to spread ourselves too thinly. Parang may ginagawa dito, commitment dyan, mahirap magsabi ng no, sapagkat we want to please everybody and we want to really make a lot of sense about our life. You know, not so long ago, I had to consult a cardiologist because I have been into so much work. I realized na nagkakaroon ako ng matatawag na somatic experiences, meaning my body is responding to a lot of pressures and demands that sometimes may mga gabi na sleepless at may mga pagkakataon at I palpitate too much. No, not because mahilig ako sa coffee, pero na-realize ko, and maybe wisdom ng Panginoon, I had to consult someone who is expert to do something about my body. And this cardiologist pointed out that I may have been living a very stressful lifestyle. According sa aparatos na nilagay sa aking kaliwang braso, the results showed medyo stressful ang aking buhay. Na nagbulay-bulay ako doon kasi iniisip ko rin naman na may mga bagay kong dapat mag-slow down sapagkat nakasalali itong aking kalusugan. About 2 to 3 years ago din, ang CNN Philippines ay nagkaroon ng isang survey among the Filipinos. Ano daw ba yung mga bagay na nagpapastress sa atin? Number 1, kung ikaw working professional, number 1 nagbibigay sa atin ng stress ay yung ating mga trabaho. At napakalaki ng percentage nito. Sa mga estudyante, yung mga pressures and demands sa pag-aaral, ito yung kanilang number 1 stressor. Pangalawa, especially if you're living in the metro, it's traffic. Traffic. Wala tayong magagawa dito, feeling ko, as to now, dahil naghahantay pa rin tayo ng mga resolutions ng ating government, how to do something about it. Pangatlo ay may kinalaman sa finances. So if a person is struggling from managing the finances, number 3 siya na leading cause ng stress among the Filipinos. At pang-apat ay mga relationships, mga ugnayang panloob at mga ugnayang panlabas, including yung mga romantic connections natin with other people. Now I realize, we are not spared or we are not actually protected, no, from living a very stressful society sapagkat minsan gusto lamang talaga nating maging productive ang buhay natin. But if we don't become mindful and we don't become conscious about how we engage ourselves to all these things, we will be in trouble, no? Kaya parang we will reap the harvest or we will harvest yung mga bagay na hindi natin naging matalinong in-engage ang ating mga sarili. Ang nangyari kasi dito, nagkakaroon tayo ng mga somatic tendencies o mga feelings. For example, pananakit ng ulo, pagkahilo, sleeplessness, kawalan ng appetite, o kaya naman ay minsan problema sa pagdumi at problema sa pakikitungo sa iba, excessive mood swings, etc., etc. And all these things may be manifestations of stress. Ang nangyari ngayon sa stress kasi ay parang nagiging dysfunctional tayo at functionality is always very important na dinidil namin sa amin bilang mga counseling professional. Tapos posible itong mag-snowball into something more serious at mag-lead sa mga disorders at iba pa mga illnesses that may hamper a person from making his life more fruitful and productive. That's very related to a person not paying attention sa kanyang mga stressor. So number 1, it pays kapag ang isang tao ay marunong siyang mag-filter ng mga bagay na posibleng siya lumalagpas sa mga boundaries ng kanyang buhay at nagiging stress na. Now, in response sa research na ito at nangyari sa ating mga Filipinos, number 1, maybe the best thing to do is to, 1, learn to prioritize or structurize our life. May mga bagay na kailangan nating priority, hindi tayo dapat parang yung hit and miss sa buhay natin. Tapos we should know what is our values, ano yung mga bagay na we are called for, ano yung mga primary duties natin, responsibilities, para we can say no to the things that are minor. Pangalawa, como ito ay may kinalaman sa mga regular duties natin, responsibilities, may tinatawag sa psychology na eustress. Ang mga eustress ay tinitingnan natin ang lens ng mga pressures sa ating paligid in a more positive and optimistic lens or perspective, na mga bagay na ito posibleng nangyayari where I can engage myself because this is part of life, may be productive or may be beneficial for me in the future. For example, it will develop the formation of my character. I will become more professional. I will become more equipped. I will become more good in this area, and so on and so forth. Pangalawa, I must learn how to manage my time very well. Consciousness of the time also helps, and that is also related to dealing with traffic. The best thing to do with the issue, halimbawa ng traffic at pagiging stress sa lansangan, ay we should eliminate hurry. Consciousness of the time. Pangalawa, iwasan yung pagmamadali. Sapagkat sa ating pagmamadali, we palpitate too much, just like what happened to me. Tapos, when it comes to finances naman, learn how to budget. If you do not know how to budget, you have to write it down. Perhaps consult someone who's an adult who will probably know how to help you deal and manage your finances, expenses, at saka yung mga income gaining, and so on and so forth. And third, I believe, from my experience then, we should learn how to choose our battles. Kasi may mga nangyari sa buhay natin, hindi naman talaga marapat bigyan ng matinding panahon at enerhiya, ini-stress natin ang ating mga sarili, when in fact, sila yung mga minors lamang, and we should learn to apply the art of Dedma. Art of Dedma means there are things in our life that can be dismissed without necessarily putting the burden on ourselves para tayo ma-hamper sa mga bagay nating gawin. Napakaiksi ng buhay kung iisipin. But however, maiksi man ito, pero it has to be lived meaningfully and mindfully to give honor to the Lord who gave us this life as stewards of these blessings that He has given us.